Hi all. I am in the process of recording a couple of demos for Chapter 13, which focuses on text in your text book. Chapter 13, you'll learn how to modify type using a bounding box, which is the box outside or around the type. You're going to be able to create warp type with kind of a unique shape. We're going to screen back type with some imagery and then create a faded type effect. And again, I'll demo a couple of these, but beyond that, not so much. Honestly, I only use type in Photoshop to complement a particular design I'm doing. For the most part, if I'm doing a design that's very type heavy, I work in a vector-based software like Illustrator or in a layout-based software like InDesign. But for right now, we're going to work on page 13-16. Yeah, take a deep breath. Sorry, you guys. If this stays inactive for any period of time, it leaves me. All right, 13-6, we're going to open, which I already have, 13-1. We're going to save this as Classic Cat, and then your name. And I'll save it right in that file as a copy. All right, then we're going to display the rulers in pixels and display the typography workspace. So you'll see my workspace is currently in Essentials. I'm going to change that to typography. And I am working, by the way, just briefly, I am working in CC rather than CS6 right now. So if the document window looks a little bit different, that's probably why. If that's a confusion, let me know and I'll make sure that I do a demo for you that clarifies what your question is. Now, we're also supposed to display the rulers, so you'll want to go under View and down to Rulers, and if you just click on that, that's going to display them. And they want us to display it in pixels rather than in inches, which looks like what mine is. So you're going to want to either control click if you're on a Mac, or right click if you're on a PC. That's going to give you some options, and we want these shown in pixels. And you'll see once I've done that, that changes it to pixels. It still leaves the 0 point, the starting point, up in the upper left hand corner, which is what we want. We want to verify that the Classic Cat layer is active on the Layers panel. So we're going to go to the Layers panel and we're going to look for the Classic Cat, which is right here. And then we're going to get the Move tool on the Tools panel. Move tool. And then we're going to click the Show Transform Controls checkbox on the Options bar. So if you go up here to the Options bar, you'll see this Show Transform Controls. I'm going to click that. And then you want to compare your image to figure 3 or mine on your screen. And you'll see that by showing transform controls with the selection tool, you get this bounding box around your type. When you place the pointer on or near a handle, you can transform the shape of a bounding box. So for example, if I want to click and drag, allows me to do that. I wouldn't want to do that normally, so I'm going to do Command Z to undo it. Same with this. I would never just click and drag type. You really want to resize it using the character panel because it does impact the design of the type as well as the readability of it, something you don't want to do. All right, now we have displayed the bounding box of a text selection to make it easier to adjust the size and shape of the layer contents. It says resizing a bounding box is the easiest way to change the appearance of an object or type layer. But again, if I'm going to resize it, let's hold down the Shift key and you'll see that that resizes it proportionally. Much better way to resize type than to just click and drag without worrying about the proportional measurements. Okay? And then modifying type using a bounding box on page 13-7. We're going to drag the top center handle up with the resizing pointer until you see that the set vertical position of reference point text box, which is the Y on the options bar, displays approximately 194 pixels. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to click and drag, and you want the Y to say about 194. Is that what they said? Yeah, 190. Whoa. I can't get it there, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to type in 194 and hit my tab. And there you go. And then you're going to drag the right center handle until the set horizontal scale box, or the W, displays approximately 90%. So I'm going to click and drag this, and again, looking for the W, you want it to show 90%. Really? That doesn't look right, but I'm going to type it in there and hit tab. You want to compare your bounding box to figure 5 and your options bar to figure 6, or mine on the screen. You can also use the transform commands, the rotate, scale, etc. in order to resize these. You want to click the Commit Transform Enter button on the options bar and save your work. So again, remember the Y is supposed to be 194 pixels, and the horizontal scale text box, the W, is supposed to be about 90%, which it is. And it said to click on that to commit the transform, and there you go. And I'll be right back with another couple of demos.